Husky here, giving an update on the showers and storms, or the shower possibility, excuse me, that we have tonight and the next few days. Might be a little dreary for us here in the Alamo City, so I just wanted to hop on, give everyone a quick update. So I'm going through some technical difficulties today. Everyone, I'll hop on the screen here. If you're going out and about this afternoon, expect the similar conditions to what we've been seeing, that dreary, kind of gloomy weather today, and expect it over the next few days. Even take a look at Authority radar. We are seeing some light drizzle outside in the Alamo City right now, and even you can see it on Authority radar, seeing a little bit on the northwestern side near 1604, even near Lavernia. Starting to see a quick shower already in areas near Kirby, and that's moving to the north closer to Windcrest, so I wouldn't be surprised if you feel a quick sprinkle on your car. But we're also seeing some rain just to the south and to the east of us, closer to Hallettsville, Victoria, Cuero, even getting closer to the coastal plains, and that's going to continue throughout the next few hours. Is just seeing that light shower in that dreary condition being possible. Some might not even get actual raindrops. It might just be that light drizzle possible throughout the next few hours. So here's just a look at your weather headlines, just to basically explain everything. So today and tonight, we're watching that possibility for just the damp, dreary, even some breezier conditions to continue this afternoon, seeing those 40s and those 50s being possible. But we're also watching that possibility of tomorrow, a cold front moving through, still giving us temperatures barely making it out of the 40s and the 50s for most of us in South Central Texas. And that good news is the rain's expected to end Friday just in time for the weekend. So we're expecting some sunnier, a little bit of the warmer temperatures as well, and also just in time for the San Antonio Marathon on Sunday. So here's a little bit of what we're expecting. So today, just alone, we're currently sitting in the 50s where we're seeing that cloud coverage. It's actually cooling us down ever so slightly. So we're only sitting at about 56 degrees in San Antonio, reported at the airport, 59 in Victoria, 55 in Beeville. But as you go to the Hill Country, Junction, already sitting at 58 degrees because they have the clear skies. So the sun's actually warming them up compared to us, where we're seeing that cloud coverage still sitting a little cooler. And that cloud coverage is still expected to work its way in today. And tomorrow, we're still expecting that cloud coverage. We're only getting into the 40s tomorrow for most of us, as we're going to have that widespread cloud coverage being possible. Here's a look at that Futurecast. Today, we're going to see our temperatures continue to decrease, not only because of that cloud coverage, but because we have a cold front moving through tonight into tomorrow. It's not going to change our temperatures drastically, which I know a lot of people want to see the fall conditions, and we will still at times, but that cold front is going to be more or less giving us, yes, some cooler temperatures, but also that chance of that shower, that drizzly conditions that we're seeing today continue tonight into tomorrow, and even as we get into Thursday and Friday. So here's a look at that Futurecast. We have that cold front just to the north of us, bringing some gustier winds and some cooler air, and that cooler Canadian air as well. That's expected to move through not only tonight, but also by tomorrow morning. Heavier storms expected out to the east if you're traveling to Houston or to Louisiana, even a possibility of snow in the Panhandle. But for us, we want to know, how is it going to impact weather here in San Antonio? Here's what you need to know. That cold front's moving through tonight into tomorrow morning, and really by tomorrow, we are expecting that possibility of a shower. Some might just see that drizzle because there's going to be some warm air aloft. So that's going to allow that possibility of that drizzle. And it still is going to be off and on at times. We're not expecting that consistent shower and drizzle throughout most of the day. It still is going to be possible for a little bit of a break in the afternoon, and then we get another chance Thursday night going into Friday morning. Now, we're not expecting that hardcore severe thunderstorms. We are still expecting that consistent showers being possible for some, but not everyone. So keep the KSAT Weather Authority app handy. We'll give you updates right to the palm of your hand. The showers finally start to taper off Friday afternoon to even the evening hours, just in time for the weekend. We still could see a lingering drizzle being possible, but most of the showers and just moisture itself should be out of our neck of the woods by Friday evening. And even then, it could provide some much needed rain for us. We're still in that drought, and the latest drought monitor comes out tomorrow, so check back with us here in the KSAT Weather Authority team. But otherwise, let's take a look at the forecasted rainfall totals. Not everyone's going to have that chance of rain, so keep in mind your neighbor might get more than you. In San Antonio, we could see anywhere between a few tenths to a few hundredths of an inch, but closer to LaGrange or let's say Hallettsville, they could get upwards of an inch, or half an inch, excuse me, maybe more, because more of the moisture is going to be further east and even near the coastal plains. Let's go down towards Victoria, over half an inch. Closer to the hill country or even let's say Uvalde, they're not going to see as much moisture, so they might not get as much rain. But it still could provide some much needed rain closer to New Braunfels, Stockdale. But just because this weather model shows most of the rain, New Braunfels, Seguin might get some rain and others might not. It will change ever so slightly just depending on the way the rain moves in. So don't pay exact location to the Don't pay close attention, excuse me, to the exact location, but keep in mind, we are still expecting most of the rain to be just to the east of us and not necessarily for the rest of us. The weekend low looks great. Most of the rain's out of our neck of the woods. You're waking up still in the 40s and the 50s, so it is still going to be a little chilly. Remember, the four-legged friends, they might need a little sweater if they don't have enough fur on them. But Saturday and Sunday, still expecting temperatures to be in the 60s and 70s, some mostly sunny skies on Sunday and Saturday. A little cooler for those conditions on Sunday, especially for the San Antonio Marathon as it moves through. It still might be a little cooler, so maybe bundle up. Here's a look at that 7-day forecast, though. After the marathon, there could be another weak system moving through. However, it is changing ever so slightly, so we'll continue to keep you posted. But even then, temperatures still staying in the 60s, still in the 40s in the mornings, but we get more sunshine this weekend. Cloud coverage returns next week, but we still have that cold front moving through tonight into tomorrow, allowing that light drizzle and that light rain possibility moving through San Antonio. Now, if you missed it or if you showed up late, don't worry. I will do a little shorter recap coming up in a little break. So if you missed it, stay tuned. I'll be back in about 1 minute. Missed it the first round, I'm just going to do another recap just in case. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. Hopefully the first week back after Thanksgiving hasn't been too bad. But we're tracking that light drizzle moving through portions of San Antonio right now, and that's going to continue off and on over the next few days. It's going to be kind of dreary, kind of gloomy, kind of damp, and even a little chilly for most of us. So let's take a look at Authority radar. I'll just put this into loop over the last 15 minutes or so, just so you can see. We're seeing that light drizzle in portions of the Alamo City and extended areas. So Kyle, Bastrop, Luling, Gonzales, even in San Antonio within the last 10 to 20 minutes, we had a quick little shower move through Kirby and Windcrest. And that drizzle is going to be possible throughout the next few days. We're tracking a few systems, while as if you go closer to the coastal plains, you might actually see some actual rain closer to Hallettsville, Cuero, Victoria, even near Edna. So we'll keep you posted on the latest track and timing of any showers. But the damp, dreary, chilly, and even breezier conditions will continue because of a cold front moving through tomorrow. And that's going to allow our temperatures tomorrow afternoon to only get to the 40s. But not only that, it leaves Friday. So we're expecting the clear skies later in the evening Friday, and that's going to continue to stick around by the time we get to the weekend to give us a cooler and quieter and a more beautiful weekend throughout most of us here in the Alamo City, which is going to be good if you're going to the San Antonio Marathon. I'll give you a forecast on that coming up in a few minutes, but otherwise, we're seeing that cloud coverage and even that drizzle allow our temperatures to stay a little cooler. So here's a good example. In San Antonio, we're sitting at about 56 degrees. And most of us, where you're seeing that cloud coverage and yes, even that drizzle, we're staying in the 50s. But closer to the hill country, they have more sunshine, and that sun's really allowing them to warm up throughout most of the day. So that's why they're sitting in the 70s in Junction. Tomorrow, though, it's going to be a little bit of a different story. That cloud coverage and that drizzle is going to continue along with the help of that cold front moving through. So the hill country, if you liked the warmer temperature today, don't get used to it. It's going to be in the 40s and the 50s tomorrow for most of us. And we're seeing that chance of some widespread 40s and 50s across south central Texas because that cold front is moving through tomorrow. And that's going to allow our temperatures to slowly decrease. It's not going to be as drastic of a cold front as what we've seen previously in the last few weeks, but it is still going to allow our temperatures to cool down into the 40s and even that chance where this cold front is going to be like others, where it provides us that much needed rain. We're in South Texas, we're in that drought. Any rain is good rain for us, and that cold front moves through, like I mentioned, tomorrow morning. Here's that Futurecast. It's still just to the north of us here, closer to the Panhandle, closer to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. That's going to drift further south, allowing that cloud coverage to really feed in behind it. Some stronger storms near Shreveport, Louisiana, Beaumont, Texas, Houston, and even closer to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But for us, we're not expecting that heavier rain being possible. We're not expecting that flood risk like there is out there. We're just expecting starting tomorrow morning, a shower is possible, just much needed rain. And that drizzle conditions is expected, not even in the morning, but in the afternoon, in the evening. And Thursday night into Friday, we're also watching that possibility of just more consistent rain for most of us across south central Texas. Here's the thing, if you live closer to the coastal plains, you might see a few more showers than, let's say, closer to Austin or the hill country. So keep in mind, it's not going to be for everyone. It might be a little bit of that rain lottery throughout the next few days. But by Friday evening, most of the rain is going to be either to the east of us or well to the south of us, which will continue to allow for some cooler and some better conditions with still some much needed rain. Take a look at the rainfall totals. Just within the next few days in San Antonio, we could see anywhere between a few hundredths to a few tenths of an inch. I'm thinking maybe up to a quarter, but that's not going to be for everyone. So keep in mind, but closer to LaGrange or I-10 closer to Hallettsville near Luling, we could see upwards of half an inch to even more. Hill country though, you might miss out. We could see anywhere from a few hundredths of an inch to even traces. So it's really going to be a little bit of that rain lottery. Closer to the east and to the south can see some more rain than, let's say, our friends to the west. But this weekend, we're all expecting some beautiful conditions. Waking up in the 40s and the 50s. Might be a little chilly on Sunday, especially for the San Antonio Marathon runners. You're waking up in the 50s, might still have a slight wind chill and some wind gusts. So hopefully we'll all hope for some tailwinds on Sunday. Peak temperature is about 67 degrees for the San Antonio Marathon. And even after Sunday, the forecast still looks great. You're having your peak temperature still sit in the 60s and 70s, which is still closer to our average temperatures. Might not be seasonable. More people might be wanting some temperatures in the 50s and the 60s. It's December. They want to feel like they're getting ready for Christmas. But the good news is the temperatures will continue to stick around in the 40s in the morning. Now, if you do have any rainfall accumulation or rainfall totals over the next few days, even if it's just a light drizzle, send them to KSAT Connect. We would love to see them. Thank you all for joining me on this.